All right, so the ingredients, we're gonna have 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of whole milk, a third a cup of warm water with a pinch of sugar in it, 2 eggs, a little less than half a cup of sugar, half a packet of yeast, and 2/3 stick of butter. So here are the items I'm gonna use for my cinnamon rolls. Right in front is a mixture of brown sugar and white sugar and cinnamon. So it's about a 1/4 cup white sugar and 2/3 of a cup brown sugar and a tablespoon of cinnamon all mixed up. You're gonna use a little bit of salt. So that's what we have right here. And then about half a stick of melted butter. I left the cinnamon out just in case we want a little bit more. And here actually are a mixture of brown sugar, half a stick of softened butter, chopped pecans, and pecan halves. So I'd say a 1/4 cup of chopped pecans and a 1/4 cup of half pecan halves. So this is all gonna get mushed together, and this is also gonna be incorporated into the filling of our cinnamon rolls. So, all right, let me get all set up and let's get those assembled. All right, now it's time to roll out the dough for our cinnamon rolls. So I have the surface gently floured, put a little bit on top of the dough, and then make sure that the rolling pin is also nicely floured. So you're gonna be trying to make a pretty, medium-sized rectangle. So probably, I don't know, for this much dough, I'd say, no bigger than, 10 by 14 or something, but let's just roll and see how big we can get it. We don't want it to get too thin. I would say probably, I don't know, maybe like 1/3 of a centimeter. That's a good measurement. I'll show you when it's done rolling out, about how thick you're gonna want it, so. Remember, a rectangle is the shape that you're going for. It's gonna make your life a whole lot easier when you go to assemble and then cut these cinnamon rolls. So. Okay. You don't want it too thin because you do have things like nuts that are in your filling, and if it's a very, very thin dough, it could pierce, and that's not what you want. So. Possible. All right. Come and take a look at the thickness. That's about what you're looking for. Okay. All right. So, it's almost a rectangle. So what we're gonna do is the butter, which is melted, you're gonna drizzle. Don't dump it all, all at once, just maybe 2/3, spread it out and see if that's enough. So you don't want it to reach all the way to the edges because when you roll it, you don't want it to squeeze out, but maybe leave about an inch border all the way around. So you do want there to be a good amount. So you know what? I think that was just the right amount. So I'm going to reserve this, and if I think I need more, I'll add it in, but I don't think we do. So the cinnamon and sugar mixture, just going to, do a gentle kind of sprinkling. You're not going to end up using all of this. So if you don't want to mix this much sugar and cinnamon and brown sugar together, then, maybe just go a little bit lighter, just, have everything I said. So let's say a 1/4 cup of white sugar, so then go an 1/8 of a cup, and then do 1/3 of a cup brown sugar, and then you might still end up with a little extra, but you shouldn't have too much. So that's about all I'm going to add of this, because we do have all of this other filling, and I don't want it to be too sweet. So this is that mixture of the pecans and the butter and more sugar. So that's why I'm kind of hedging on the side of caution with the sugar, because Although these are cinnamon rolls, we don't want them to be like mind-numbingly sweet. So I think that's probably good. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna get one little last secret or surprise ingredient that just kind of popped into my head out of the fridge, and I'll meet you right back here. Technical error. So what I grabbed out of the fridge were pickled raisins. So that might not sound appealing to you at all. They're really good, I promise, and the mixture of the sour and the sweet really goes well together. But if you really don't think that this is something you want to try, regular raisins, golden raisins, or the black raisins would be totally good in this. These pickled raisins are just a simple, regular pickling solution, which we might cover in the next couple of vlogs. So they're sweet, they're tart, they go really well with this cinnamon sugar mixture. So all right, I'm gonna get this pan greased up, not with shallot oil, that would be gross, probably butter or maybe canola, and then I'm gonna get these cut up and arranged, and then we will let them rest, and we'll have a nice snack for either midnight or maybe tomorrow morning. All right, we'll be right back. So the pan is greased, and we want all of these to be essentially the same height. So now that they're in a roll, sorry I missed that on the recording, you just start on one edge and make just a tight roll all the way up. So what I think is best is to slice in the center of your roll up, and that way you have 2 even slices, and then you can cut one of those, and then the other, so now you have 4 even. Those get divided once more, and you should be left with 8 relatively equal height rolls as such. So from here, take your pan, here we go, and what we're going to do is we're just going to, maybe you can see it better, just start from the center, place one down, and then, you know what? It might be best to stick the edge one in the middle and build around that. So, yeah, just building all the way around. Now these are gonna proof up a little bit, so they don't have to be quite on top of one another because they will need a little bit of space to expand. And even as they bake, they're gonna proof a little bit. So, if there was maybe one more, it'd be a bit better. But I think that they'll fill out the pan once they rest for a bit. So that's what we're going for. If not, we can just push them together and maybe fill the empty space with some foil. But we'll make it work. Don't worry. All right. So I'm gonna wrap these, and the dinner rolls are about ready to go in the oven, which is preheated to 350 degrees, and they'll probably be in there for about, I'd say, between 15 and 20 minutes. We'll check them at 15, and then if we have to add some more time, we will. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get this wrapped up, and I will meet you at the oven. Bye. So I totally forgot that my camera was recording, but I'm glad it did. I took that extra butter that I had from earlier when I was brushing it on the inside of the cinnamon rolls, and then I took some nuts that I had in my pantry, some extra pecans, and I gave those a crunch. Probably about another 1/4 cup right into the butter. To that, I grabbed some of the remaining sugar mixture that I had, the cinnamon sugar with a bit of brown sugar, and I'm gonna add probably about half of what was left from there, and then another nice pinch of salt and a bit more cinnamon. What I'm gonna do with this is make a really nice topping to put right on top of the cinnamon rolls. It was a happy accident. I'm glad I caught it on film. So our cinnamon rolls just came out of the oven, and let me give them a tilt. As you can see, they are just a nice golden brown on the top. The topping has melted nicely into the dough. So we're gonna let these cool, and then we're gonna ice them up a bit, and I'll give you a recipe for that in just a bit. And once they're cool enough to eat, we'll enjoy them. So, all right, see you back in a minute. So in this bowl, I have half a cup of powdered sugar, the juice of 1 lemon, and about a tablespoon of water and I just mix it up until it gets to consistency, kind of like, I don't know, like a loose pancake batter. It'll set up a little bit once it sets on the cinnamon rolls for a while. So this is what you're looking for. All right. So now the cinnamon rolls have cooled a bit. We're gonna just take the icing we made and just drizzle it right on top. I didn't make a ton of icing, so we're not gonna, cover these things like crazy, but just enough so that they each get a little bit. Remember, there's already a lot of sugar in the nut mixture and in the cinnamon sugar layers that we put in here, so it doesn't need that much. These are going to be so good. So here they are, all finished and just about cool enough to eat. Oh man, you can see I got started right away, and I definitely enjoyed it with a bit of espresso. Enjoy, guys. They're delicious.